So, just like the title says, things aren't going super well right now. Uh, it only has to do with the bucket that contains all the macroalgae and the inverts and corals from the 5 gallon. But the what? Long story short, the water turned milky, kind of overnight or the span of 2 days, and it started to get this weird smell from it. So I did a phosphate test with the Hannah Ultra Low Range Phosphate Checker, and the phosphate level came out to 0.02, and you really want to have phosphates under 0.10. So I ended up doing a water change, and while seeing if there was anything I can siphon up, I made the unfortunate discovery that the electric flame scallop has not made it. And this was completely due to the move. If you've seen the other videos, especially the one where I unboxed it and the updates, it was doing super duper well, like unbelievably well. Especially for my first time keeping it. Um, like any flame scalp to be exact. There's the normal flame scalp, and then there's the electric flame scalp, which is this one. Um, I think they're different species, but basically what happened was it ended up moving under the rocks over here about last week, and I couldn't get to it. So I was just dosing Fido Feast kind of near it, so to hopefully it would have a feeding response, but I ended up checking under the rocks, and unfortunately, it did not make it. So this was pretty much out of my control because the 5 gallons started leaking and it had a crack in it. So I'm not exactly sure how that happened. My guess is that it just randomly formed because that's what I've heard with a lot of the top fin tanks. So unfortunately, the electric flame scalp is no longer here. Um, Thankfully, they're not too expensive. I only paid $20 for this one, but it's still nonetheless super sad because I was having success for about almost 2 months, and unfortunately, it went out the worst way it could possibly have gone. So, for some other updates in here, the Dragon's Breath isn't doing so hot either. You can see a lot of the red color has disappeared and it's turning green, and that is due to nutrient imbalance. So there's not enough nutrients for it, which is why I'm doing a water change right now. And surprisingly, the Sargassum is doing well. Well, not well, but it's doing all right, um, which is completely shocking to me since Sargassum is a harder macroalgae to keep, and it needs high flow and high light. And I guess the little air pump and the light being super close is helping it. But you can see over here more Dragon's Breath turning green, and then over here some of it is also turning green up here. But the Oregonians, it's mixed with them. Um, they haven't opened since they've been in the bucket, especially the red finger and the yellow finger. That's just sand on it, which I have to wipe off. But they also haven't been dying either. There's no evidence of any kind of dieback or skeleton. I forget what it's called, but like the skeleton is showing. So they're just hanging on, and the pink paw white sea fin's doing basically the same as the red and yellow finger gorgonians. But that's basically a quick update on what's been going on. Not really sure what I'm gonna do. The UNS tank is supposed to be here soon. What was told was that I was gonna ship out kind of at the end of the month, or not the end of the month, towards the later half of the month, and we're in the third week of February. So hopefully, sometime later this week or next week it ships because I need to get all these things in an actual system with an actual wave maker, a heater, or a better heater, I should say, and actual stability because I'm not too happy with the top fin tank breaking, obviously, and I'm also not extremely happy about the losing the electric flame scallop because it was doing super well. Nothing to do with it not eating or anything like that. Just died because of the move, and fortunately, that's just something that people or that we have to go through in the hobby when sudden events like that happen, and basically from there anything can happen. So not exactly sure what is going to happen. You can see the water is kind of green, so I'm doing the water change, but yeah, it's kind of sucky right now, but hopefully things will take a turn for the better here. I'm just gonna upload this video raw, no editing or whatever. But yeah, it's just really sucky right now. But hopefully things turn out better soon, and I'll see everyone next week.